All right. Just had to set the vibes up a little bit. It's been a couple weeks. How are we doing? Gang, Eduardo, good to see y'all. Always happy to see y'all faces. How we doing today? How we doing today?
I'm doing well, thanks, Ramon. Thanks for asking. Yes.
All right. Eduardo, what's going on with you? He might have skedaddled, maybe hit a little restroom break. It's all good. We'll see him when he gets back. But um, yeah, I missed y'all. I missed all of y'all, as a matter of fact. Happy to be back. It is January. Before I mean, not that I'm gonna forget, but I just wanted to mention very, very important. Happy Martin Luther King Day, which was on Monday, yesterday. So nobody, well, I some people didn't have work, some people do. I was gonna say I keep it working every day, like the song says, but we're always on the grind. But shout out to Martin Luther King, very important figure in history. Maybe another day we can kind of deep dive into him and everything he's done and how he's done to accomplish and make changes for our country. So shout out to Martin Luther King. Um, and thank y'all for joining us. This is going to be our birthday edition. Why? Why is it our birthday edition? Because in January, it happens to be not just my birthday, but Gang's birthday and Eduardo's birthday. So the other day we were kind of having a conversation and we thought it was kind of funny that we all had the same birthday month. All right, not birthday day. So just to be clear, so we thought that was kind of funny and we figured, you know what? We've been kind of touching base on culture when it comes to Christmas, when it comes to New Year's. So birthday, another celebration that kind of has a couple rituals, couple things that we all like to do. So we'll get into that. But just to kind of start things off, gang, how are you? How's everything on your side?
Everything is good on my side. Yes. Have been working as usual.
Okay, it's good to hear. Like I said, every day working, grinding in some way. Somehow, I mean, and I know, right? Like you should take a day off, you should disconnect, you should get rest, and I do, but somehow, like even on a day off, I find myself, trying to work on something that, touch a little something there, look through my emails, you know, check the YouTube channel, which by the way, speaking of YouTube channels, y'all can check out the newest video I posted, biggest pizza in Miami. All right, we got the shorts and we got the full video right now on YouTube. Eduardo, what's up with you? Were you eating some pizza or what?
Yeah. Sorry, I was just in the bathroom. Uh,
Yeah, you see, I was right. Taking a little restroom break. I made sure to get right before I went on my live stream as well, because there's nothing that can get you off of your focus more than having to use the restroom. Ain't that right?
yes, yes. Look, I am here. Thank you very much for inviting me once again to this podcast episode. I always it's a pleasure for me to share my ideas, my experience, my point of view of all this kind of topic. I really like, I appreciate. And yes, we are going to talk about burden tomorrow in my burden. So it's a good
Ah,
topic.
that's what's up. Tomorrow's your birthday. But yeah, once again, thank everyone for joining us on this. Right now, we're gonna rock with the Ramon G live stream until further notice. That name was brought to you by Gang. It was his idea. I just agreed to it. By the way, we're also live on TikTok as well. So shout out to the viewership at TikTok. Shout out to all my people on YouTube. Shout out to Wes holding us down. All right, all the way from Nigeria. Shout out to all my people out there in Lagos tuning in. Shout out to everybody in North America, Canada, in the United States. Shout out to all my Trumpers out in Iowa. Great town hall the other day. Shout out to everybody in Central America, South America, all my people in Peru, Eduardo's holding it down. You know how it is. Shout out to all my people across the pond in Europe, all my people in Australia, in Asia, in Thailand, China, everybody in Japan, everybody. We got love for everybody tuning in. We just want to say we appreciate you. Thanks for listening, and we hope you stay tuned always. But before we get started, I just had a special thing I kind of wanted to run by y'all real quick. Is a tradition. We must do it because it just must be done. Give me 1 second. We're going to sing happy birthday to each other because it is our birthday. So follow me real quick. Let me know if y'all can hear it. Oh, you hear it? Can you hear it?
Yes.
Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. And that's it, because I don't want to get kicked off the live stream. So yeah, real short and sweet. Just got to do it. Happy birthday, gang. Happy birthday, Eduardo. I
Thank you.
wish y'all the best. I know I'm saying it a little bit ahead of time, but it's okay. Better early than never. All right, so let's get started. So today's topic, birthdays. When you have a birthday, we kind of grew up following like this tradition with a birthday cake, with candles, they sing a song to you. It's a big deal for a lot of people, their birthdays. But again, here I come questioning life, questioning things like I always do. Why? Why this way? Why cake? Why candles? Why this song? Why? Who made this up, right? Same thing with Christmas, same thing with New Year's. And the funny thing is, as I do my research, I come to find out a lot of these traditions are like pretty linked in from the same groups of people that like to celebrate, right? Because when you like to celebrate, you find reasons to celebrate. But again, like I always do, I'm gonna give y'all a chance to take the floor first. My friend Eduardo, what can you tell us about birthdays?
Okay, well, first of all, I want to touch that Verden is it's traditional, right? And now that you mentioned that white cakes, and that's something that come to my mind. And do you know that this is a traditional celebration from ancient times? The Greeks, for example, offers a cake to the person who have 1 year, and this cake have a cultural significance in Western culture, right? And
Yep.
this cake is like it's popularized in 19th century with these ingredients that, for example, in England use. It's a symbol. The symbol of the cake. It's sweet. Its significance is belief that you can put a candle there and have a wish. It's part of the ritual. It's a social aspect because you can share the cake with your with your guests, and of course, it's a tradition and it have evolution, right? Because now you don't have exactly a cake. You can have something that represents a cake, but still you need something. You need something to share, right? So this is something traditional. It's something important, right? Because always with your guests you need to share something, and the cake is something that you use to share. So if someone's go to see you, they wait something from you, and the cakes, because they send you a gift, right? So you have to give another in exchange, another things.
Absolutely. Yeah, man. The Greeks definitely had a big part of kind of starting the whole thing with the candle by giving offerings to Artemis, one of the gods that they believed in. And part of his thing was like the moon. So they have like the moon shaped cakes. They'll put the little candles and bring it out to Artemis. I believe it's a goddess. Forgive me. Artemis is a goddess. And that's kind of how they would pay their respects. But yeah, they were one of the first people to actually put the candle on the cake and light it up, which now, everybody does that these days. It's become a very, very normal thing. And question, Eduardo, in Peru, what are some of the traditions that you follow on birthdays? What are some things that, everybody does on your side?
Well, it's depend each family, right? For example, Verden has a traditional mix here in Peru because Peru is a place with mix of culture. For example, normally here in Peru, we celebrate with your friends. It's usually that when you have 1 year more, I mean, when it's your birthday, you celebrate with friends. Friends come to your house to see you, and we have a space to share, and music, dancing is normal. That it depends, right? In each age, you celebrate different, right? For example, in so some person do a dinner. For example, in my case, I share a food with my guests. Tomorrow I'm going to do a dinner, and people come to have a dinner with me. It's not I have no enough space in my house to do this party because you need space to people dance, to drink, and all this stuff. And normally, for example, children's they have these piñatas or games that there's a person who who manage all the meeting and start to play some games, or even there are some people that celebrate in a religion in a way of religion, right? They invite people, they start with blessing, they start I don't know, praying. They do. It's variety. It depend each family, depend each times. Young people celebrate in bar, in disco. Older people celebrate on their house with their children, their sons, their family. It's depend each culture.
That's a fair assessment. Yeah, like your age plays a factor in kind of how you would celebrate your birthday also, right?
Yeah.
When you're a little kid, you wear a little birthday hat and your little clown dancing. Then you get a little older, it might change. I know for me, the older I get, well, I guess to be honest, the less I celebrate it, honestly. I don't know why. I mean, it's not done that way on purpose, but I just tend to be more excited to celebrate other people's birthday rather than my own. I don't know why. Um, Gang, my brother, in Thailand, how would you say birthday celebrations are? If you can kind of explain to me a little bit of your tradition, where you come from.
Uh, yes, at this moment, I think it's kind of similar to how you celebrate your birthday in your country. I think we
Okay.
kind of adopt that from Western country in the past. Now we have a birthday cake, we light a candle, and then we turn on the light, and then we sing a song. And actually, like the song that we sing are similar to the song that you sing, and we actually sing it in English. Even though like Thai people we don't speak English, but like we sing English song, yes, for birthday. Yes, and but I think in the past, traditionally it's kind of different. Like on our birthday, we like to go to the temple, and before we go to the temple, we probably go to somewhere to buy maybe food, and then we bring food to the monk and give it to the monk. And if you are like 10 years old, you're supposed to give like 10 portion of food to 10 monks. Yes. And if you are 20, you do the same. You maybe give like 20 portion of food to 20 monks. Yes. Maybe you can go to the temple and you do like a little bit of chanting with the monk. And that probably we believe that that brings good luck to us. Yes. And then we normally go to see our parents and then show them some respect and say them that we love them, like on our birthday. Yes, so we believe that it bring us a good karma.
I love that. And
Yes,
those monk celebrations, do you have to be like a part, like do you have to be a monk also, or is it open to just anybody who comes in
it's
that wants
open
to
to
celebrate?
everybody. Yes, yes.
That's
And
awesome.
and
That's
normally we would like to do like good things on our birthday because we feel that like it's good thing gonna come back to us. Yes.
I'm gonna strongly agree with that because I think no matter who you are or how you celebrate your birthday, or even if you kind of get old and boring like me and you choose not to celebrate your birthday, there's still like this little feeling on your birthday, this little like some kind of feeling inside of you, like man, I'm here. It's kind of this like
Because
ultimate awareness.
Ramon, that you mentioned that this feeling, it's because it have a psychological impact, right? Because you are older, you feel that you have to get some goals that maybe you put on that year, on that time that you have now, that it's something tricky, right? It's something tricky. It's psychological.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. It's hard to explain, but you definitely get this feeling on your birthday. And sometimes the feeling is not always positive. Sometimes like you can even feel like a little sad on your birthday. You feel a little bad. I've gone through like a mixed emotions on your birthday. Like in growing up in my family, I am from Hispanic descent. So growing up, one of the things that they tell you on your birthday in Spanish is like, "Oh, I hope you have many more."
Yes.
And like I kind of don't like when they tell me that because I'm like, "Yeah, I hope so too." Like but they'll like say it in Spanish, but it's just they they mean well when they say it. It's just the same. But like every time they say it to me, I just think like to myself, all right, don't jinx it now. But
Yes, because maybe you don't know, maybe what something can happen, right? It's
I know, but when they say it in that way, it kind of makes you think about it. But anyhow, um, so gang, you mentioned that you sing the same song.
Yes, yes.
All right, the same song. Now, the birthday song was actually written by two teachers that were sisters, and the song was actually called Good Morning to All. And it wasn't supposed to be a birthday song, it was supposed to be a song for school to sing in the morning. So I'm assuming the song was like, Good morning to all, good
Yeah.
morning to all, or something like that. And the song got so popular that people started to do like their own little covers, their own little versions of the song. And I guess somebody came up with the birthday one, and that one hit. That one stuck. And actually, much later, mind you, this was like late 1800s, early 1900s. Much later, the sisters sued and won. And I guess they must have gotten some pretty good money for that. And the
Yes.
birthday song is actually still copyrighted until 2030. So yeah, man. That birthday song is very, very popular. Right now, I played like a funky version of one just for like the purpose of not getting flagged on the internet. But yeah, and then there's like songs in Spanish also that they sing. Um, yeah, it's a thing, man. It's a thing with the birthday songs. But let's see what else. But the Egyptians were the first recorded, documented birthday celebrations, right? And it wasn't so much all the people, but they would celebrate the pharaoh's birthday. But the pharaoh's birthday wasn't necessarily on his birthday. It was on a day where they would be considered rebirth. And that's the day they would celebrate. They were celebrating their own way. Mind you, this is so old. There's not too, that's like probably one of the earliest documented birthdays. So there's not too many details on that. And let me see. So like, how do you guys prefer to celebrate your birthday like now at your age today? If they told you, hey, Eduardo, what do you want to do? You can do whatever you want. What
Well,
would you like to do on your birthday?
depend, right? I have, in this birthday that is tomorrow is my birthday, I have separates. For example, on tomorrow, that it's a day, it's Wednesday, it's day that I have to work, people have to work on that day. It's a labor work. And I decided to celebrate on my house with my mom, in my parents' house. They invite me to lunch on their house. So I will go to their house to lunch with them. I am going to go there to lunch. I'm going to lunch. I'm going to have a dinner on my parents' house too with my family, especially my mom family, my father families. But on Friday, I'm going to celebrate on my office. I'm going to invite all people that work with me in my three companies, and they are come to my office, and we are going to have you know, this event when you join many people and you cook something on the grill. So we are going to have a day like that. And on Saturday, that is the next day, I'm going to celebrate with my friends on my apartment. We are going to have a dinner. We are going to prepare a dinner there. I'm planning to have some snacks and you know, to share time. On Sunday, I'm going to celebrate by myself, and I'm going to go to swim with on the beach, to swim with this I don't know how to say that now in English, but it's that it's like uh let me check. It's like sea lions where you can
Sea
swim with them.
lions.
Sea lions, yes. I'm going to swim with them on Sunday. So
Yeah,
I
you ha-
separate the days, right? And you looked at, wow, I consider a lot, but no, but we look, because of my parents' house only a dinner after work. The big event is going to be on Friday with my company, with my co-worker, because I want to have this event as something that join to these people to you know, to have this time. And on Saturday it's only a dinner, and on Sunday it's only a day that I'm going to go to swim with sea lions.
Look at this guy having multiple birthdays, swimming with sea lions. I told Eduardo he needs to do his YouTube influencer channel. I'm telling you,
I'm
it'll
not
be a
sure.
hit.
I'm not sure about that.
What about you, gang? If they told you, look, you can celebrate your birthday however you want it, no limit, no budget, what would you like to do?
Honestly, I normally didn't have a birthday celebration when I was young. Like somehow my parents didn't buy me any cakes or any present or celebrate my birthday. So I don't feel that like I is something that like I have to do because I'm not used to it. But like if I but later like we tend to celebrate our birthday parents like instead of us, like on my parents birthday we tend to buy like cake, and normally we prefer to go for ice cream cake instead of regular cake because it kind of tastes better and my children like it. And then like we kind of gather in my parents place and we celebrate our parent birthday. And apart from that, especially on my Father Day, he liked to go to the supermarket and buy a lot of food. And then like we have a company, and my people like to buy a lot of food on his birthday and give it to our people like on his birthday. And my mother, she liked to go to the temple and give some food and money to the temple on her birthday as well. And for me, if I can choose, I like to maybe go to a nice restaurant and like have everybody in my family, and then like eat some nice food on my birthday because I like to see my family and I feel happy. Like because now like everybody is quite far away from each other. Like my sister is in the city and we don't see each other very often. So it might be good on my birthday to see everybody and eat some good food and enjoy some good time together. Yes.
Gang, you touch my heart, man. Absolutely. Because
Thank
that's
you.
what
Thank
it's
you.
really about, being with your
Yes.
family, being with the ones you love, like Eduardo, being with his family, being with his friends. Um, yeah, that's kind of the core of it. At the end of it, yeah, sure, you can ask for something fancy or to go do something crazy, but at the end of it all, what's most important is spending that time with the ones you love, appreciating your time here on Earth. And for me, yeah, it's kind of for me, it's always a time to reflect, right? It's a time to um kind of take a little inventory of everything, kind of look at your life and see where you are, see where you're at, and see where you're going, and see what you might have to do, what you might have to adjust so you end up in the right place. But yeah, man, birthdays are all about growth. Thank y'all for sharing. You mentioned cakes. I also wanted to throw in, so Germany takes some credit for kind of reinventing the whole cake situation, right? Because after the Industrial Revolution is when a lot of like sugary cakes started coming out. By sugary cakes,
Yes.
and cakes with the frosting and
Oh, yes.
they're all like very decorative. Those started to become a little more affordable, a little more common. Those prior to that, it was kind of like something that only the wealthy people could afford. Um, so in Germany they had something called Kinderfest, which was a like a birthday party style, very similar to the birthdays we have now, balloons, candles, cakes, but they were kind of we're gonna give them credit for one of the first countries to kind of like really give the birthday party in that style. And let me see what else. Oh, and in ancient Rome, only men were allowed to celebrate their birthday, not women.
Yes.
Boo-hoo. But it's okay. Things changed. But it took some time. But yeah, way back when, women could not celebrate their birthday, only men. So couple couple odd little birthday facts there. But but yeah, nonetheless, it's always cool to kind of like take a look back and see maybe how things have evolved, how things have changed, and to see where maybe things might be going. Um, but yeah, any final thoughts, final facts, final statements on birthdays?
Well, for example, um, it's now that I celebrate my birthday, or okay, now for example, that I want to agree with this day. I know that these days, like other days, right? That it's time, and the time maybe cannot exist. It's a measure that people use as reference, right? But it's a day that I consider a day that I can have the opportunity to connect with people that it's near to me and build this kind of relationship, right? Visit my friends, visit people in my world, have this space to share with them. I use that day as a way to, to reinforce my relationship with people who are near to me, and it helped me, right? Because in the future, maybe I don't want to lose the contacts, and it's healthy to have a social life, right? So now I'm more conscious about this. I don't want to be a part of people who surround me, and I want to take advantage of this day to share with them and to build this kind of relationship that I appreciate too much because it helped me in many ways, not only in business but in my in emotional ways. When you need something, you have friends, you have all.
Yeah, quality over quantity, right? It's good to have like a few good friends rather than like a bunch of not so good friends. And we've all had a few of those. But Eduardo, thank you for sharing. Thank you both for joining me. Um, don't want to dive in, but just want to mention it. I know we're not the political podcast, but we are the culture podcast. So we do got to kind of tap in on certain situations. So the United States is in a little bit of a situation with Yemen. Um, they the main situation has to do with there's a group called the Houthis, which are backed up by Iran. These group of people, they have invaded a few ships that try to import merchandise, import containers, and they'll take over the ship and do real bad things. And they've also attacked a few of the United States, not just ships, but some of their bases. So they have retaliated in their defense, and that's all I'm gonna say about that because I want to keep the live stream live and I don't want my ass to be taken away. But if y'all can watch the news to stay updated on that, to get more facts, to get more developing stories on that situation, you can look up the United States, Yemen, and I'm pretty sure with just that you can find what you need to find. But Have you guys heard about it by any chance?
No, no, not at all for me.
I heard that, for example, that well, Yemen's was attacked, and maybe this Palestinian group called the for this barbarity to USA and UK because they have other interests inside the war and inside, sorry, inside the country, right? Inside this part. And of course, Yemen is a country that have rebels of many people that have these inter-conflicts. When there are this kind of influence country, it's very difficult to difference about who is bad, who is well, who is external. But I particular from Peru, that it's a country that's very far from this kind of country, and culturally speaking, in religion speaking, because we don't share the same religions, and that is something that are different because we are not so engaged with this kind of people, but still, of course, we worry about them, but it's not a news that's so remarkable here in Peru. Like, for example, it is news from Europe or from USA that it's our market that we depend on them, right? So, but still, I know a little about this. I know, I don't know much, but still, I hope that it's resolved soon. I know
Yeah.
that this kind of country are very religious country, and when religion are inside of these problems, it escalate, right? Because it's move people believe, and they think they are doing well, but they are not doing well. But it's kind of dangerous when you have a religion as a as as something that use religion as something to attack, right? It's something it's very dangerous.
Yeah. Anything you do with belief is something there's a lot of firepower behind it. But yeah, you're absolutely right. I agree with you, Eduardo. That's why I'm kind of also a little just kind of tiptoeing through the topic. Honestly, I haven't had time to truly catch up these days. News, media, content, things that happen are just 24 hours just coming in at full speed sometimes. But I did catch wind of the situation with Yemen and the United States. I have heard from people who work in the importing, exporting business that it's even affecting business because some of these ships are afraid to
As,
it to be by the Red Sea, right, Eduardo? Just fact
yes,
checking that.
yes,
They're afraid to go in the Red Sea because they don't want the Houthis to take over their ship. So the United States has retaliated with an attack um to protect themselves from this group of people that has attacked them as well. So again, not trying to be the political podcast, always very careful when it comes to that, but just touching up on culture. Anything else recently very important that's happened that y'all could think of? Martin Luther King Day passed, situation with the US. I know I mentioned the Donald Trump town hall in Iowa. Y'all want to look that up? That's interesting. Vivek, one of the Republican candidates, dropped. I was actually very interested in him. He was actually saying a lot of very, very true things in his debates, but things that he would sometimes go against the other candidates and kind of like embarrass them a little bit. He's very, very educated, very, very fearless when he speaks. So if y'all want to look up Vivek, last name starts with an R, but it is a very long name, so I don't want to mess it up. Let me see if I can find it. Vivek Ramaswamy. Vivek Ramaswamy. I'm sorry if I butchered that, but check him out, man. He's a very, very intelligent man, has some good things to say, and, and that's it, man. I think we're good. I think we're good. We talked about the birthdays, went over birthdays and where birthdays might have come from. We spoke about our birthdays and what we would like to do if we had the chance to celebrate our birthday the way we wanted to. We sang happy birthday. Was able to put a little music in the mix. I just got to be careful because, of course, we don't want to throw off the live stream or get booted off. But again, thank you, my friends, for joining me. Shout out to the viewership in TikTok. Again, if y'all want to listen to the whole live stream, come over to YouTube. It's on my the link is in my bio, so you can hear what they have to say, not just what I have to say. But shout out to everybody in YouTube listening. Um, Next week, same time, same place. My friends, any final words? Eduardo, I'll let you go first.
Thank you very much for all of you to be with us today. And it's always, if you want, maybe Ramon, I don't know if people wants to we touch some topics they can suggest from for our next episode. And it's well and that's all. Thank you very much for being one day with us. Thank you. Thank you, you too, Ramon. Thank you again.
Thank you. Thank you.
Go ahead, gang. Take us to church.
Yes, thank you for having me today, and it's good to talk to you, Ramon and Eduardo. Yes,
Always a pleasure, gang. Always good to have you. Shout out to everybody out in Thailand. Shout out to everybody out in Peru and in the States and all around the world. Thank you for listening to the live stream slash podcast slash conversation. Just trying to bring culture together as we always do. And we'll see y'all next week.